Good evening to all the participants present here for the students presentation series of this year, 2023. We have two presenters from Assam University, Silchar, Elizabeth Rangkol and Koila Victoria, and Dr. T. Temsu Nungsang from FLU Shillong, who is our Vice President, will be chairing the session. So I'd like to request Dr. Temsu Nungsang to kindly chair the session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Monali. So I don't know how good my network is because I'm still out and it's raining heavily. But yeah, I think after a long time, we are starting this series. So I think we have two speakers today, and I'll ask Elizabeth to be the first presenter. And yeah, after that, we'll have some discussions if there's any. And if my network goes, please take over, Monali or Vijen, one of you.
Sure, not a problem. Thank you so much, Temsu. Yes, please start, Elizabeth. Please turn your audio on, Elizabeth.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Oh, her audio is on, but can we try from another, from Victoria's phone?
Yeah, you can try. Or you can remove your headphone because yeah, I think you didn't select in the audio option your headphone.
Okay, sir. Yes, I think we can hear you. I think since both of your devices are close by, so it is distracting. So maybe Victoria can keep away the device a bit away. Okay, please go ahead, Elizabeth.
Okay, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Here I'm going to start my paper presentation on phonemic inventory of Sak and Thang Rangkol. Introduction. Sak Rangkol are spoken mainly on the Mahasau district and Kachar in Assam, and Thang Rangkol in Tripura like Sipahizila, Kawai, and Dolai district in Tripura. And there are also a dialectal variation between Sak and Thang Rangkol. And according to the ethnologue of 2022 to 2023, there are approximately 18,000 to 20,000 people spoken in Assam. And in the Mahasau district, approximately 2,000 to 3,000 ethnologue in 2021. And Rangkol falls under the Tibeto-Burman family and the group of Kukichin group. And Rangkol is vulnerably endangered, and some orthography from Roman script but convention are different. Example like in Assam Rangkol and Sak and Thang Rangkol, and in Tripura Thang Rangkol. And it is highly mutual intelligibility with Ranglong, Khelma, Sakachep, and Bete Kaipeng. Language status. In Northeast India, there are approximately 220 spoken languages. Rangkol falls under the Tibeto-Burman language among the four families of. And Rangkol falls under the Tibeto-Burman family of Kukichin group, and it is in the central part of Northeast. The Rangkol language is not much documented languages. It is vulnerably endangered, and it is in a developing stage. Language attitude. Rangkol language among the community speech is positive, both from Sak Rangkol and Thang Rangkol varieties. But according to the data collection which I have visited in Tripura, but Thang Rangkol varieties are more positive according to me, as they are geographically, they stayed in one place and they maintain their language more than the Sak Rangkol. And there is a dialectal dissimilarity between Sak Rangkol and Thang Rangkol, but linguistically it is similar. Objective of the present studies. The basic primary aim of this research is to discuss some phonetic inventories of Sak Trangkhol and Thang Trangkhol varieties, to describe the combination of vowels and consonant, to describe the lexical variant, similar and dissimilarity sound of Sak Trangkhol and Thang Trangkhol, and is to describe the phonological contrast between sound in the Trangkhol languages. Methodology. The data collection, which I have gone and taken from Abhi's book, A Manual of Linguistic Fieldwork and Structure of Indian Language in the year 2009, and from CFEL Language and Culture on the Margin Guideline for Fieldwork on Endangered Languages. And the word which I have collected during the fieldwork was 500 words of different domains and 150 sentences I have collected. And the data collection, mainly I focus in the Dimahasau district of Assam. Some of the villages which I have gone to is Jayon, Harangajau, Dalaichunga, and it was in the end of the year of 2020-22. And in the village, in Tripura state, the villages of Jayon Hills, Depthang 1 and Depthang 2, Rumtuiva and Tuikoinek are the place where I visited in the early year of 2023. I have collected the data from different age groups, from both male and female, with the metadata. And phonological overview. The phonology inventory of Trangkhol language can include vowels, consonant, and also some other features of sounds. And here the vowels chart of Sak Trangkhol and Thang Trangkhol. And in the Sak Trangkhol and Thang Trangkhol, there are five vowels along with 5 monophthongs, and both Sak Trangkhol and Thang Trangkhol have same vowels because they are from because they are similar dialect. And minimal pairs of vowels. Both the minimal pairs are commonly found in both the languages from Sak and Thang varieties. Phonemic inventories, some phonemic representation of vowel phonemes. And there are vowel phonemes of Trangkhol from both Sak and Thang Trangkhol, as they are similar, and 5 vowels it is found, and they have similar word meaning, which it is occur in initial, medial, and final words. All the vowels phonemes occurs in both dialects in all the position within a word. Syllable structure. The syllable structure of Trangkhol, which are mainly found, like Trangkhol has both open and closed syllable. More of closed syllables structure, that is coda. It is occurring more on disyllabic words, which is also a compound word. Tonemes. In almost all the language of Tibetan-Burman family, tone is phonemic. The Kukichin language have both grammatical and lexical tone. However, observation shows only the lexical tone in the Trangkhol language. There are 3 tones in the language. There is high, mid, and low tones, but as from my data analysis, I have found most of falling tone and low tone. Some of the tonemes in Trangkhol language are Milay, Tang, Lay, Paying Bride, T, Blood, T, Die, Lu, Head, Lui, Top, Tung, Rich, Tung, Up. And vowels and consonant alternation. The vowel and consonant alternation are like from vowel to consonant alternation and consonant to consonant, or syllable to syllable alternation in Thang Trangkhol. That is like E changes to A, like Iriel to Ariel, Bal to Pal. It is mostly syllabic alternation. It changes inside the syllable structure. Deletion and insertion. Deletion and insertion take place inside the syllable itself. It does not change the meaning of Sak and Thang Trangkhol. More of consonant reduction occurs in Thang Trangkhol. However, in Sak Trangkhol, insertion occurs more. Like in Kel Belra in Sak Trangkhol, and in Thang Trangkhol there is Kel Melra. It is more of deletion and insertion, irregularly occurring in Thang varieties. where rural is in Sak Rangkol and in Thang Rangkol, Thang Rangkol Sa. Although more word position occur more in Thang Rangkol varieties. Conclusion. In Sak Rangkol, there are 25 consonants and 5 vowels are found, all in both the varieties. In Thang Rangkol, 24 consonants are found, where Ha is missing in Thang Rangkol and Wa and Ya are missing in both the varieties from Sak and Thang. Majority of the syllable structure are in disyllabic in both the languages. Vowels and consonant alternation take place inside the syllable in Thang Rangkol. Example like Romai to Romai changes to Ramai in Thang Rangkol. Most of the deletion and insertion of consonant irregularly occurs in Thang Rangkol. Example like Khonri in Sak Rangkol and Thang Rangkol Khori. Consonant distribution of Sak Rangkol and Thang Rangkol provided in the data along with minimal pairs are common words, as I have selected from both the languages and give the data there. From my data collection, I have selected some common words from both the Sak and Thang varieties. And the consonant phoneme which occur in all the 3 words positions, initial, middle, and final are pa, ta, ka, ma, na, nga, ra, and la, whereas pa, ba, ta, da, ka, ga, fa, va, sa, ja, cha, ma, na, nga, ra, la, occur only in initial and middle word position. Bibliography. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I think our chairperson, Temsu, has poor network in his area due to rain. So if there are any questions among the participants, you can unmute or leave questions in the chat box. Meanwhile, I just wanted to ask Elizabeth that during your presentation, we missed seeing the consonant distribution. So I think Bijan can once again show the slide of the consonants and the distribution. Do you want to say something, Elizabeth, for the consonants?
Yes, ma'am. Consonant distribution, as I have told in the conclusion, I have already written about the consonant distribution where the initial, middle, and the final position takes place, and where in the phonemes which are not taken, I have already wrote in the conclusion. You can please check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you, Elizabeth, for that presentation. And just one, do we have any questions from the participants? I think we have a good number of participants tonight. Any questions?
Haukip has given a comment.
Yeah, so there I think this is Paudang Haukip.
Yes.
And says, I think you need to have separate consonant chart.
Yes, I have the Thang consonant chart. There is consonant Thang consonant. Consonant of Thang Rangkol chart is there.
Before Sak or after Sak?
After Sak.
After Sak.
Slide
Okay.
number 13.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Both are there.
Yes.
Yeah, this is for Rangkol, and before this, it is the Sak.
Yes. Slide 13 is Thang Rangkol consonant chart.
Okay.
Yeah, I think during presentation, she skipped this part.
Yes, yes, that is that. So Nga is absent in Thang Rangkol. That is
Yes,
only
and
a consonant.
And wa and ya is also absent in both the language, both the varieties.
Wa, ya are absent, but between them, Nga is absent in Thang. That is significant.
Any more questions? Yeah, so I couldn't be part of this in the beginning. So Thang Rangkol and Sak Rangkol, this is a geographical difference, is it?
Yes, sir. Geographically it is different, but linguistically it is similar.
Okay, so these are spoken in different states. I heard you say something about Tripura as well as.
Yes, in Tripura, they have spoken same, like it's the same, but the only thing is that sometimes it is due to when they speak, the tone is little bit different. And in Assam, it is also spoken like in Karimganj district, Hailakandi district, and in the Kachar area. But it is more or like similar with Sakrangkol.
No, just just an interruption. So you said that the velar nasal nga was absent in sak or in thang, but in here in your consonant chart, velar nasal nga is also here.
No, she meant voiceless, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
May I?
Yes, Uncle Musil. Yes.
Yeah. Rangkol language, what is tongue and what is sak? What does sak means and what does tongue means?
As I have given in slide number.
No, I'm sorry to ask this because I missed the initial, part.
I have already gave in my slide number 3 that about slide number 4 about the Sakrangkol people, those who are living in the hilly area, it is known as Sakrangkol, and people those who are living in the plain area, it is known as Thangrangkol.
Okay. Now, what I want to understand is what does it mean by sak and what does it mean by tongue?
I already said that hilly, sak means hilly area. Hilly, sak means hilly, and thang means plain. So in order to identify ourselves, that people, those who are living in hilly part of Assam or hilly part of Northeast, we call them as sak, and on the plain area of those Rangkol, we call them as thang.
Elizabeth, does it mean south and north? Southern and northern. Does it mean southern and northern?
No, it doesn't mean with that southern and northern, but it's just only according to the geographical area. We just say that they are thang.
That is what geographical area means. Sak is up and thang is down. There are people in the upper and the lower. I think it means that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's referring to the southern and the northern. A sak is up, right? The hill, the up.
Yes, ma'am.
And a thang is the lower or the down side.
Yes,
Uncle, it means it's similar to Thado. Uncle Moser is southern and the northern.
Okay. Thank you so much. I just wanted to know that what is sak and what is tongue, and that Madam Mary Kim has clarified. And congratulations to Elizabeth.
Thank you, sir.
There is a comment in the chat box from Dr. Pautang Haukip, Elizabeth. Yes, I'm also of the opinion that length is phonemic in closed syllables. We can check your syllable structure. Bijan, can you show the syllable structure, the closed syllables?
Yes, I think Pautang Haukip has a point there, because when you talk about vowels, you said there are five vowels.
Mm.
If length is phonemic, then I think it should be counted. Is it phonemic? First, if you can answer that.
Pardon, sir, I cannot hear properly.
Whether vowel length is phonemic in Tangkhol.
For that,
Short
I have to
vowel
analyze.
versus long vowel.
Verbal length in phonemic.
I think we don't have any example here.
For syllabic structure,
I think there's no vowel length data in your slide.
Yeah, that's what
yes, sir,
I'm not
I
able to
didn't
find any.
vowel. Yes, I have not given here vowel length in my data. For that, I have to analyze more on tones. I have to work on that more.
Yes, it'll be good to look at vowel length because Cookie usually has this vowel length contrast. And then Pautong also mentions about sesquisyllabic structures in
Yes,
these
sir.
languages. So yeah, these are just suggestions that you can incorporate looking at these areas. The other is, I think, two other areas. I think you've also not talked about diphthongs. So I think I can see that in your data, you have a number of songs. So whether these are phonetic or phonemic songs. And yeah, one more thing is the transcription. Many of us ignore the tone transcription, which I think is very important for these languages. So please don't omit the tone marking on the words.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions from the participants? Clarification? Yeah, so if there are no more questions, thank you, Elizabeth, for that presentation. And yeah, we can, I think, move to the next presenter.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Victoria, please present from Elizabeth's audio since you have problem with the audio in your mobile phone.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, so the next presenter is Koila Victoria, Tense and Aspects in Maram. So yeah, let's hear from Koila Victoria.
Please start, Victoria, from Elizabeth's phone.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, video is not working. I hope it's fine. Good evening, ma'am, sir, and all my dear friends present here. Today I'll be presenting on tense and aspect in Maram. The Maram Naga ethnic community situated in northeastern state of India.
Senapati district will serve as their primary habitat. Encircling the Marams are the Mao Nagas to the north, Pomai Nagas to the east, Tangal Nagas and the Kuki Nagas to the south, the Zilong Nagas to the southwest. Maram Naga belongs to Tibeto-Burman languages, specifically categorized within the Western Naga group by Mark Post and Berlin 2017. According to the census 2001, the total population of Maram is 37,340. This is the classification given by Mauritian 1967. In this classification, Maram is placed in Out-Thangul. In the next classification, this is the year 2017, Maram is placed in the Western Naga group. In northeastern region, there are 220 different languages spoken, and among all the northeastern a significant portion of these languages, particularly in Northeast, are at risk of disappearing. The endangered languages have high likelihood of becoming extinct in the coming years due to the factors like limited usage, some speakers' population, the impact of modernizations, and the erosions of linguistic tradition. Maram is also among those endangered languages. UNESCO has categorized the Maram language as endangered due to its lack of substantial documentation. Maram is classified as vulnerable, signifying its precarious status. Therefore, it can be categorized as a language that is at risk of becoming endangered. Maram is currently in a developing phase, and its preservation and growth could be facilitated through comprehensive research and strategic planning documentation. Language attitude. Due to the presence of various neighboring communities in certain rural regions, a shift occurs toward the usage of English, Hindi, and the predominant language of the state. Despite English being the medium of education, the younger generation have English, Hindi, and the native language within their household. They also demonstrate proficiency and conversing among members of their speech community, underscoring their regard for linguistic tradition. Methodology. The information was collected from both the primary and the secondary sources. As a native speaker of the language, I serve as a primary source. Additionally, data was gathered from various native speakers across different age groups, encompassing both genders and levels of literacy. The questionnaires are drawn from Avita MD, the Manual of Linguistic Fieldwork and Indian Linguistics 2001, as well as the Northeastern Indian Languages Documentation Award World List 2011. As for the secondary sources, data was collected from a range of materials, included books, journals, articles, doctoral theses, etc. Language typology. There are 16 consonants in Maram. As far as my research, there are 16 consonants in Maram language. 6 vowels in Maram language. And there are 4 diphthongs in Maram language. Maram is also a tonal language. And these are some of the tone: high, mid, and low. Syllable structure. There are 4 types of syllable structure: monosyllabic, disyllabic, trisyllabic, and tetrasyllabic. the morphology and some few morphology and synthetic structure of Maram language. Maram language is rich in noun and verb word classes. This language has more suffixation than prefixation. Maram language is an agglutinative in nature. Nominalizations are also prominent in this language. Word compounding play a vital role in this language. There is no gender agreement in this language. The basic word order is SOP. And this is the place where Maram language is spoken. So I'll be presenting on tense and aspect of Maram. Tense is associated with the sequence of events in real time, while aspect is the internal temporal structure of a situation. A category used in the grammatical descriptions of verbs, referring primarily to the grammar, where the grammar most of the time that the action denoted by the verb took place. Present tense and past tense are of the same in Maram language. And these are the examples. Even the past perfect tense and present perfect tense are also the same. We also have future tense. And we have negative marking. There are two types of negative markers in our language. Mark for the past and mark for the present, future. And these are in our language. And the category, the grammatical descriptions of verb, along with tense and mode, referring primarily to the way the duration or type of temporal denoted by verb. Aspect describe the internal temporal step of events and states. These are the perfective aspect. The is the perfective aspect. And there is also imperfective aspect. That is habitual and progressing aspect. Habitual is the lie, and progressive is the ja. And we also have a future aspect. Future aspect is tongue. And the order of tense and aspect. Order of tense and aspect is possible only in negative sentence. Lie, habitual, and love. I can't keep on eating. And when since yesterday I did not eat, that is also negative marking. That is su is negative marking, past negative marking, and the is perfect. Inceptive aspect. Inceptive aspect express the starting point of an event. Inceptive express is the is the inceptive aspect. He has started going to school. And we also have another example. He has started eating meat. And we also have a completive or serial verb. That is, cut is completed, sung means finished. So serial verb comes before the perfect aspect, and sung also comes before the perfect aspect. Conclusion. In Maram language, the use of tense and aspect is widespread. The sentence structure of tense and present tense and past tense are all the same, and tongue is marked as the future, and aspect ta is marked for perfective, lay is marked for habitual, ja is marked for progressive, tongue is marked for future, and negative mark is marked for non-future, and luck is marked for future. The inceptive marker Hauser is marked for the starting point of the events. Serial verb is marked for cut, completed, and sung is finished. The use of aspect is prominent than that of tense in Maram language. The aspect is suffixed to the verb. The verb form is same in the present and past tense. The perfective also helps in expressing past time in the language. In this language, the perfective helps in expressing past time. Bibliography. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria, for that brief presentation. So yeah, if there are any questions, there's one on the chat by Pautang Haukip, and he wants to know whether there are alternate names for Maram, and also whether Maram and Koirao are the same as the same.
We don't have alternate names yet.
Okay, so are Maram and Koirao the same? That's another question.
No, sir. It's different, sir.
Okay. Yeah, any other questions? There's another question in the chat box. This is from Thimjan Inla Imsong. And the question is there any cross-linguistic research done in Maram? Any cross-linguistic research done in Maram?
Yes. One of the senior is going on still, but she hasn't finished yet.
All right. There's also a question there from Mosiel. Is Koila a surname of Maram? Koila.
I think we lost connection.
Okay.
Yes, they're there. Yes, yes.
Whether it is my connection or
I think
yes.
they're connected. Please unmute yourself, Victoria. Please unmute yourself. No, your camera is on. You have to unmute your audio.
You say something?
Yes, please try to say something, and we can. Your audio is
You are
unmuted
muted
now.
again. You are muted. Unmute it. Yeah, I'm sending you the notification. Unmute it.
Yes, I think we
Okay, sir,
can.
I sent
Yeah,
it.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, that question in the chat box, is Koila a surname of Maram?
No, it's not surname, it's my name, sir.
It is a name. Okay. Your name. All right.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, there's
Then
also,
what is Victoria then?
Victoria is also my name, sir. What are my name?
Okay, okay, okay.
So, what is the meaning of Koila? Is it Maram name? I think Uncle Musil wants to know that. What is the
Yes,
meaning of Koila?
Koila is the Maram name. Koila means in my language, wait.
We. First person plural number we.
No, WAI, wait.
Okay, her network is, I think, poor. So she
Let
cannot.
me stop
She
her
is not,
video so that it can enhance quality of
yes,
the audio.
she is not properly audible.
She said her name means whale. WAIL. Yeah.
Acha.
WAIT.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
Wait,
Acha.
to wait.
Okay, okay.
Wait.
And at the same time, Victoria is also the English name to
Yes, sir.
Maramgarh.
okay, there's another question in the chat box. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, so this question is again from Bautang Haukip. So it says the most important aspect of this study would be to determine whether Maram has both tense and aspect. And if yes, a proper explanation and illustration will be required. So I think that question comes from the examples where you treat both, you're using both tense and aspect for the same marker, for the same suffix. So if you look at the tense, you have a perfective tense, I think, not mistaken, somewhere in the beginning. You talk about the tense. For ta,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So here I think you have, I think before, you have to go before, prior to this slide, when you talk about the perfective, and then you also talk about the tense. Is it in the slide which has the tense? Yeah. So next, yeah. So here also you have the present perfect tense, and then you also have the perfective aspect. There seems to be an overlap in the use of the tense and aspect. So yeah, how is that?
Actually, I have made mistake. This one, sir.
Okay. And the other thing is In the first example that you have there, you're saying that this is both present tense and past tense, but there's no marker at all.
Yes, sir, we don't have any marker, sir.
So this actually, I think, points to an argument that maybe there's no tense as such in your in Maram. So that's
Yes,
something.
when it comes to tense, sir, we don't have aspect is more prominent, sir.
Yeah, but then if it is not there, then perhaps it's better not just to say that it's not there, rather than give something which is not there. So here, when you put a present tense slash past tense, you're actually saying that it's there. Or if you talk about the perfect tense, again, I think that argument is coming that it's there, right? So I'm not quite sure, because and also you have something like the what were the incipient aspect or something, which again is the same as perfective marker. Yeah, this one, inceptive, sorry. Which is again in terms of the gloss, it's perfective again. So it's not necessarily that whatever we have in the literature, need to find correspondence of that in our languages. So perhaps that's something which, yeah, if you can look at. Pautang also continues by saying that the notion of tense is usually expressed by time adverbial, and as such, the examples do not have a tense marker. So I think strongly the distinction between tense and aspect is something which you'll have to get deeper. There's also a question from Brahma, from Alindra, yeah. So it says, can you explain how the com and perfective can co-occur in example 23? Example 23. So this is completion and the perfective.
I think she needs to look and reanalyze her data and the closing part.
In the slides number 3, it's not it's continuation and progressive aspect. In the slides number 23.
No, it's example 23.
Example number 23, this one, the highlighted one.
If I can say something here, yeah, I just wanted to add. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this perfect actually already it explains that the action of the verb is completed. But still,
Yes,
why this completive aspect has been used here? So I think the scholar can go through one concept, that is telecity. So what happens with the telecity? It's again a feature of verb actually. Sometimes in some languages, what happens? We can have two different kinds of aspect like a feature. That is not aspect exactly. So one is it shows completion of the action. It can co-occur in even in in past tense also, with past tense marker also. So we call it termination. The other one is culmination, the highest, I mean the climax of the action of the verb. So the telecity, the concept of telecity can be, studied in this case. Because I think it is a case of termination here. Maybe, I think so.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I'll look into it, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victoria, this is out of my curiosity. So
Okay,
in
sir.
your typology part, you have mentioned that there are only two negative markers, muck and luck, right?
Yes, sir.
But when you want to say don't go, so which one you will use over there?
Um, that's we will use Sue. Actually, I haven't added that one. We also
That
have
means
another more
there
negative
is
marker.
more than two, right? And in case something like, let's not eat. So
We will
what
use Sue.
means let's not eat? What is the negative marker over there in that kind of construction?
Sue.
So yeah, so your claim of having only two negative marker, I think that's not true, right? Then
Okay, sir. I've made
yeah, you
mistakes.
can check that part as well. And even in your this serial verb, this particular slide, I think the verbs are not in serial construction. So whatever the comments or the suggestion you have been given from our audience, you can incorporate so that you can polish your research work. Okay,
Okay,
thank
sir.
you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bijan, even in that slide, I think in before the conclusion, that order of tense and aspect, I think she has given Sue there, but it was not pointed in the conclusion slide. The order of tense, yes, there is
Yes,
some
yes,
Sue
yes, yes.
here.
Yeah, Sue is there.
Yes, Sue is there.
So I just want to understand whether Victoria is whether she belongs to Maram tribe or she's doing research on Maram language.
I belong to Marang tribe, sir.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any more questions?
Don't have a question, but I have a suggestion for Koila. Talk more to the elders.
Uncle Musil, you are muted.
Oh yes, I have muted, and I have given the message that Koila should talk to her elders more
Okay, sir.
in her pursuance.
Okay, sir.
And there is also one comment in the chat box from the Alindra to check the telicity of the verbs.
If there are no more questions, then I think we have almost come to the end of the session. I'd like to thank Dr. T. Temsu Nungsang for chairing the session. In spite of the technical glitches because of bad weather conditions. Thank you, Dr. Temsu. Now I'd like to request our Joint Secretary, Dr. L. Vijan Kumar Singh, to kindly give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Monale. At the outset, I would like to congratulate both the presenter, Elizabeth Rankol and Koila Victoria, for your brief and precise presentation on the SUK and another variety of Rankol phonemic inventories and tense and aspect in Maram by Koila Victoria. So definitely, yes, I was told that they are just completed their coursework and they are about to start their research work, even though they have come up with such an idea to present their research findings. So I encourage and appreciate it for such an initiative from department as well. And I would like to thank the chairperson of today's presentation, Dr. Temsunung Sang, for smoothly conducting this session, and all our audience, our president, Sir Kokthang Haukif, for his valuable inputs to both the presenters, and Dr. Alindra Brahma from the CIIL, and other our audience, Uncle Moshel and others. So thank you very much for your encouragement and the valuable inputs to both the presenters. So lately, I think Sana just joined now only, and we are almost at the end part of our today's presentation. Sana, so sorry. The presenters, they presented in a very short way. So yeah, thank you very much. And with this, we will announce very soon with our next episode of the students' presentation series. If any of the scholars or the students who are present in this Zoom room, if you have any interest or if you want to show your research finding, then you can contact us, either Monali or me or any of our executive members of the TiBLANEI, and we will try to schedule for your presentation as well. So with this note, I would like to thank everyone. If Monali has something to announce, then over to you, Monali.
Thank you very much, Bijen. Thank you, everyone, all the participants who have engaged in the discussion, and also those who have been patiently listening. And the preliminary investigation of both the presenters are excellent to begin with. I really wish both of you all the best in your future research. And thank you to all for being here for the first session. We will announce very shortly our next presentation series with the students, both by mail and in WhatsApp group. So see you in some other time very soon. Thank you once again. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.